What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining me for this episode 17 of Let's Nerd with Pathfinder Kingmaker. I'm your host, as always, Jay Dumont. And we are going to get our build on in this episode. So, first of all, let's exit out of here and see what's going on in the world. I looked up about temples and shrines. I asked a question. So if I take him up on his offer of building a free temple of Erastil, that doesn't mean that it's going to set my barony to worshipping Erastil. I can still have choices later on. So we're going to take him up on that offer. There's no events. So what we need to do is start building a bit. Really. I don't want to take over new land just yet. Alright. Let's Hyattsdale, the capital. So if we look at the stats, loyalty, once that hits 20, we can rank it up, which would be a good idea. I kind of want to raise some of these other statistics. So let's see what we can build here. I was thinking of brewery for relations. Loyalty is 15, so this brewery with a windmill and a tavern would be very nice. Our divine is rank 1. Our economy is not that great. So let's go ahead and build a brewery. Chaotic alignment. An establishment for dancing and drinking where members of different social classes can intermingle discreetly, sometimes wearing masks or other disguises. The masquerade. I'm gonna fix my mic here. It's always a pain. So I think a brewery. A tavern. +1 relations when adjacent to a longhouse. Longhouse would be good. Can be upgraded to town hall. So what if we put the longhouse? Let's just try this as a rough draft. Put the longhouse in the middle. Add the outskirts to the barony. I'll probably do that. Tavern adjacent. The windmill can be built here. Tavern adjacent to a longhouse gets +1 relations. And finally the granary, the brewery will get a +1 loyalty, being located in a settlement with the windmill, +1 stability with the tavern, building for brewing beer, ale, and other beverages. And we'll put that up here. Alright. So our stats won't be updated until these are built. 14 days, 10 days, 7 days. Windmill has disappeared. That seems to be a bug. There it is. 14 days. So about 2 weeks. Bustling capital. The kingdom is stable. The barony is stable. People are content with their life and their ruler. Costs 150 BT. So if I send Tristian, my loyalty will go to 20 and he can rank up. If I send my regent, community, let's send the regent. Try to balance it out. Start the claim. Cool. Found a new village on the outskirts. Your barony has expanded. It now includes the outskirts. Boom. One of your barony stats has reached 20 points. It's time for you to increase its rank. First, meet with your advisor and discuss the future of the state. To do so, return to your capital and click the button on the appropriate event card in the throne room. Whatever choices you make, remember your advisors may disapprove. If the current advisor decides that you argue too much, they will quit forever. After you talk to an advisor and make a decision, a new kingdom project will become available that will increase a stat rank. You can find it at the bottom center of the screen on the project tab. It will take you and your advisor 14 days to complete the project. Time will be automatically sped up until completed. So here's the outskirts. Alright, so as Vanki Keeg, High Priest of Aerosol from Restov, has a strong interest in spreading the Stag God's faith across the region. And the first shrine in your capital will be built free of charge, and we got our loyalty to 20. Other things are going up as well. Relations. Alright, pretty cool. Wonder why my community's only 11 when I sent Octavia to claim the outskirts. I guess that's not... You need to talk to your advisors to address important matters in your barony. To do that, you have to close the barony management screen and get back to the throne room. Counselor. An advisor wants to discuss an urgent matter that concerns the barony's future. And Harem seems to be worried and wants to discuss something. Alright, so let's go see what they want. Before digging into the region outskirts area. When in doubt, save. Very good advice. Got some hot coffee here. Who is this? Tristian lowers his head. Greetings, Baron. I'm sorry to take you away from your other affairs, but your people need you. When the stolen lands were freed from the Stag Lord, the people sighed in relief, but many are still confused by their swift change of fortune. Truth be told, they simply don't know what to think of their new Baron, nor what to expect of you. Will you be a fair ruler for all, or only for those of wealth and status? Let us reassure your people, show them where your favor truly rests. Perhaps a small celebration would help to win them over. Of course, you could spend the same amount on a luxurious dinner for the wealthiest of your barony, but I recommend organizing a fair for the common people, the ones upon whose shoulder your power truly resides. We shall hold a fair for the common people. I want them to know that I hold them closest to my heart. Tristian smiles warmly. We will hold a common celebration where everyone will be welcome, including the poor and downtrodden. This is the greatest gift a ruler can give to his people. Community +2, culture +2. Cool. Get that culture going. Thank you, Tristian. Harem looks embarrassed. He runs his fingers through his beard and clears his throat a few times, then speaks at last. I heard, not that it is important, but, well... He clears his throat again. I heard that an ancient trade road built by the dwarves of the Five Kings Mountains runs through these lands. I don't know what happened to them or where they went. Unforgiving time spares no one. But the road itself is still here, and probably not the only road. Harem holds his beard in his fist. Well, Asterius, I have a request. If you find any dwarven ruins in the area, I'd like to see them with my own eyes. Why do you ask this? Harem fiddles with his beard again. I shouldn't, probably, but it's like a wound that's never healed. You know it will only hurt more, but you still need to scratch it. Of course it's foolish and vain, but still I wish to look at them. Of course, Harem, if I find any dwarven ruins, I'll take you to them. Thank you, Asirius. Thank you. And these are all important decisions, because if I would have said no, that doesn't mean I'm locking off a quest. It means that something else would happen from that choice. So, Your Grace, I was at Oleg's trading post recently and I noticed old Bakken just standing there, bored to death with nothing to do. This is most unfortunate. After all, the old grumbler is a very knowledgeable alchemist. However, he has no use for his skills, since the locals need nothing more than the simplest of healing potions. And then it struck me, why don't you hire him as your court alchemist? His decoctions and tinctures would certainly prove most useful to you. Also, it might be cheaper than simply buying from him or some other merchant. To access the Barrage main management screen, click on the table standing before the throne. Alright, first let's check our journal. Unwanted Legacy. Okay, that's Harem's companion quest. Ancient Curse. The curse gains power will fail in 27 days. Jod and Tristian estimate we have about a month before the curse gains its full power. The priests are certain the ancient curse is gaining power, which it will soon bring down upon us. Alas, there's nothing we can do right now but to prepare ourselves in the barony. The curse will strike around the time it reaches the power limit. We need to get ready to repel any sort of attack. Some people would say the most important position is that of the treasurer. The applicant for the position must be smart, well-educated, keen, honest beyond a doubt. Do such mortals even exist? There are plenty of lands around the capital that seem to belong to no one. If our hero to claim them, is it seizure or not? And we can find Bakken. Jod Captain came up with a brilliant idea. Why not hire Bakken as the court alchemist? His potions would prove most useful. Gods know, any adventurer worth their salt empties more glassware a day than a braggart and drunkard. Alright, so we've got a few quests. Now, let's see where we're at with things. Start the rank up project. The advisor and the baron will spend 14 days on a special project to increase the rank of a respective stat. You can find one such project under the projects tab. Assign an advisor and start the project to increase the rank of a stat. So we got loyalty +1 because we granted an advisor the audience to discuss the matter at hand. The visitor met with the baron. The harem met with the baron. Well, shouldn't we found a settlement in the outskirts? Does it really matter where I put it? That's the question. I don't want to put it close. Cost to build 50 BP, we have 219. Let's not do that just yet. Load buyers available for that. We look at this. We don't really need Tristian in the party right now. So let's spend 2 weeks resolving the loyalty of citizens in the barony with Tristian. So are we going to start another 14-day project right now is the question. I say let's see, we've got 27 days. It won't take 13 days to go up and see Bakken. A quick save just in case I screw anything up. And let's level up Tristian. Completing this project will rank up loyalty. Plus 32 BP. Get to the bald hilltop. The ancient curse you were warned about is now active. It will decrease your barony stats each 2 days for 14 days unless you overcome it. To protect your barony, you should hurry to the bald hilltop to confront the threat, while also sending one of your advisors to assess the consequences of the curse. Both actions are vital for the well-being of your barony. Success. Traders have already set up their stalls and waiting new customers. New merchants arrive in the capital. Economy +2. The rumors surrounding the bald hilltop proved true. The barony has been flooded with monstrous spiders attacking the locals and slaughtering the cattle. Reports indicate that the huge arachnids spread a ghastly disease that weakens the victim with fever and coats their body with blisters. This invasion has to be stopped before panic and infection ravage the stolen lands. It's a DC roll of 15, so we're going to roll a d20 plus 7. Troll invasion. Keston arrive at the castle reports of strange trolls swarming the Gnarl Marches. We have to visit the throne room. We have a problem. A giant weed is taking over more and more farmland. Someone must persuade the sweat peasants to start fighting this pest. Another problem. Unknown troublemakers are spurring the people to rebel against their ruler. Grumblings of popular discontent can be heard in the capital. Advisors should either answer to the rabble-rousers or nip the rebellion in the bud. Strives to help those in need. Strives to solve problems peacefully. He's going to have to roll an 11 or better. He's going to have to roll 9 or better. I think we'll go military on that one. Enchanted Wind is an opportunity. News arrived from the largest observatory in the Five Kings Mountains. The enchanted lens of their main telescope broke. The destruction of such a powerful artifact caused a gust of enchanted wind, which is now moving towards a region of the barony. We should seize this opportunity. Well, Jihad is going to have to deal with the mysterious weed invasion. So he'll roll a d20 plus 5. He needs to roll a 10 or better. Alright, let's talk to Keston. Might finish my delicious coffee with stevia and no milk or sugar or cream, because we're out of milk. Keston Garess. Your Grace, Keston has a troubled look on his face. I fear there's another matter that requires your attention. There have been reports, many of them, from settlements across the Gnarl Marches. There are trolls in the forest, seemingly hordes of them. Rumors claim they're more than the typical savage beasts. They almost seem to show reason and tactics. They form groups, attack all at once, plunder the villages, and carry away the peasants. Even stranger kobolds have been spotted among their ranks, when usually they'd be attacked on sight. Keston falls silent for a moment. I'm not certain any of this is reliable. Fear builds mountains out of molehills. Some of the rumors even say these trolls carried torches and burned down houses, seemingly unafraid of open flames. It's entirely possible the rest of the reports could be exaggerated as well. The common folk will hardly heed any simple exhortation. Someone will need to get to the Gnarl Marches to investigate the matter. I was considering the matter when it hit me. What if you were to take on in this investigation yourself, Your Grace? A baron's duty is to his people. I'll head south and look into the situation. Thank you, Your Grace, Keston sighs with relief. When you decide to go, please remember that trolls can only be killed with fire or acid.
Trolls who didn't fear fire? That sounded terrible. and dangerous, and terribly dangerous. If we couldn't rein them in, our young barony would be eaten up in a snap.
Alright, so now this is officially Chapter 2, Troll Trouble. We're receiving alarming news from every corner of the vast barony. Here, there, and everywhere, rampant hordes of trolls are wreaking havoc. The desperate people cry out for a protector, begging us to come and fend off these ravaging monsters. Of course, it's the sacred duty of the Sovereign to locate the hiding places of these foul foes and give them bloody hell. To deal with the trolls, we must first learn more about them. According to Keston, the lair is located somewhere in the Gnarl Marches. This whole mess of trolls can't just roam around all the time. They surely must have a hidden base, or a lair at least. A stinky, filthy troll lair. So Bakken will have to wait. +1 military for meeting with Keston. Alright, I'm gonna quick save and skip one day and see what this 8-legged plague is about before going to Bald Hilltop. Success. The rumors surrounding the Bald Hilltop proved true. The barony has been flooded with monstrous spiders attacking the locusts and slaughtering the cattle. Reports indicate that the huge arachnids spread a ghastly disease that weakens the victim with fever and coats their body with blisters. This invasion has to be stopped before panic and infection ravages the land. So community +1, loyalty +4, divine +1. Pretty cool. We have 283 BP. Should probably build something. Alright, so let's look at our stats. Try to get community to rank 2. So community would be a monument. It can be a statue of a city founder, a bell tower, a large tomb, or a public art display. Orphanage. Shelter where orphans and the homeless can find a warm bed and a bowl of soup. Oh, here's our free shrine. A small shrine or similar holy site +1 divine when adjacent to a monument, +1 loyalty when adjacent to a longhouse. So let's build our free shrine adjacent to the longhouse. Get away from the brewery, I guess. Cool. We need community. We have a windmill, it's just invisible again. Windmills become invisible in the game for some reason. But they still appear to be working because it's granting me community and stability. Oh, a granary, that affects the windmill. +2. It's a community if located in settlement with a granary or a brewery. +2 if there's both, so let's get a granary. It's cheap enough. And build it. Right there. Save a little bit of BP in case we decide to start building. In the outskirts, alright, so we have a few things to do. We have to get the ball to Hilltop. And then we have to head to the south Nara Marches. See what we can discover. Alright. So rather than I'm the storyteller. The man standing before you resembles an elf, but he's a very old one. His face is wrinkled and his white beard falls to his waist. The man seems to be completely blind. The old man stares past you with unseeing eyes. He seems to be consumed in his thoughts. He mutters a soft melody, swaying back and forth slightly to its rhythm. The man shudders briefly and stops singing. His mouth opens and closes a few times, bringing to mind a fish brought ashore. "Ah, who is there? Is that you, your grace?" How could you tell it was me? The old man smiles slightly. "It is not so hard to recognize a ruler by the way he walks. No one in here steps as confidently as you, your grace." Who are you? "I am an elf from Keonan. My name is not important. I am the storyteller, collector of stories. I collect unknown legends of ancient times." The man smiles, but it doesn't seem to be directed towards you. "Long ago, I was a smith in Keonan. The fire of the forge has burned out my eyes, but I am grateful for it. If I could see, I would yet forge suits of armor for Ayadara's guards. Instead, I have stepped on the path of an adventurer and gatherer of ancient legends." The old man ponders silently for a moment. "Many people are long dead, their homes crumble to dust, and their bodies turn to ash. Only legends can still tell us of their triumphs and defeats, their joys and fears. I would be so interested to hear the stories told about us after our demise. I've always been drawn to the Stolen Lands, where countless expeditions, armies, and even kingdoms have met their untimely ends. When I learned of a new barony being founded in the heart of these lands, I knew I wanted to be part of its story, so I made the journey here." Are you really an elf? Do other elves age like you have? A common question. Despite my unusual looks, I am an elf, and an old one, yes. Perhaps older than any other elf of Keonan. However, I'll doubt my age alone is responsible for my appearance. I keep the stories of many people and races, some forever gone from the face of Galarion, but they live on in my memory and my heart. When I accept a new story, I lock it within myself, bearing the weight of its words and the emotions they invoke. So he's kind of like the Giver. If you've ever seen the movie or read the book The Giver, I suggest doing both, reading the book. Awesome story. I sometimes think that I probably should have died long ago, but some incomprehensible force is keeping me alive, and granting me the ability to continue my quest to gather stories. Be it divine power or fell curse, I am grateful either way. Alright, would you care to trade stories with me? The man's voice rustles like autumn leaves. I'm a collector, not a trader. If I share a story with you, you receive the power to pass it further, changing or embellishing it, whether willingly or not. Can I be certain you will keep my stories intact in their absolute purity? The storyteller ponders for several moments. No, I do not think so, at least not yet. These legends are the most precious valuables of this world, and the last remnants of ancient tribes. They are beacons illuminating the way to the past, allowing us to meet generations long gone. I cannot let their light fade. The path to the past must not be lost. The old man thinks for a moment, then continues. But I can offer you a deal, your grace. If you find some items belonging to eras past, bring them to me. If I recognize the stories hidden in those items, I will gladly share them with you. And if you find all the pieces of any ancient artifacts, I can even recall all my smithing skills to unite them and restore their power. I found shards of an ancient artifact. Can you restore it for me at the anvil? May I? The storyteller gently touches the items from your pack. This scorched piece of metal is part of a curious artifact known as the Necklace of Double Crosses. Inside it I sense a story of many deeds, not heroic, but low and maleficent. If you find all its fragments, I will be able to restore the artifact and recount its inglorious story. I've brought some relics. Are any worthy of a story? The storyteller's eyebrows raise. How interesting! May I, your grace? He gently touches the items from your pack. A coin from a non-existent country. When Coral the Conqueror mastered Rosslyn, having claimed it for Brevoy, he prohibited the issuance and use of such coins. Both ordinary folk and the Aldori sword lords were required to use new coins, decorated with Coral's profile, but no one was quick to be rid of these prohibited coins. Oh no. In many houses they still store boxes and whole chests of such coins, waiting for the day when Rosslyn declares its independence. 2,600 we got for those gold coins. The storyteller's fingers caress the symbol shaped like a tree leaf. And what is this? I hear the voices of trees, smell the scents of fresh leaves. A dryad mark, is it not? I would be happy to purchase it from you. 2,400. The storyteller idly toys with the ancient plain-looking coin. What was the name of the Coloran ruler who issued this coin? Does anyone remember now? What did the Cyclops use it to purchase? Food, books, weapons? Perhaps someone's life or their freedom? Who can say? Its history was erased by the Earthfall, but I will buy it from you for significantly more than it was worth in its own time. Coloran was the name by which an ancient Cyclops empire was known in the records of Iblidos, which itself is one of the oldest human civilizations of Casmeron. So that's to the east. The empire was founded by exiled Cyclops escaping from brutal Golgon, but did not last long. Today the area that was Coloran is part of Iobaria. The empire was destroyed in the event known as Earthfall and the ensuing chaos of the Age of Darkness. Earthfall is the name given to the cataclysmic event in which a swarm of meteorites impacted Golarion in -5293 AR. It resulted in the destruction of the human empires of Thassalon and Aslan, which were consumed by earthquakes and massive tidal waves, and the creation of the Inner Sea. The cloud of dust thrown up by Earthfall's impact settled in Golarion's upper atmosphere and blotted the sun for 1,000 years, creating the Age of Darkness. So that happened about 10,000 years ago, Earthfall. And the Age of Darkness is 1,000 years of the sun being blotted out. We got 400 gold coins. The storyteller weighs the soldier's tag in his palm. A soldier does not ask where the banners of war are headed. He or she goes to battle, dies, and leaves it to others to decide whether the cause was just. This tag belonged to one of the many warriors who helped establish the glory of the Taldan Empire. If you would permit me, I would gladly purchase it from you. 1,800. Ah, the belongings of brave heroes who performed their feats before you. I sense you'd be interested to hear their story, but there are too few of them here for me to recount it yet. Please find the rest. I'm sure you won't regret the time you spend in the search. I need a wise advisor at my court. Would you serve me in matters of state? The storyteller voice grows soft. Thank you for your words. I'm unlikely to be able to interpret the intricacies of the political world or the affairs of the treasury, but my advice regarding the magic arts would be useful to any ruler. I'll leave you to your legends till we meet again. The storyteller doesn't answer, his unseeing eyes staring ahead blankly. Cool, so we got a lot of gold there. We have to go see a merchant and sell some things. Soul eaters and some daemons can consume a living creature's soul, making its resurrection a difficult task. Soul eaters. I've heard nasty tales of soul eaters. Celebration for the common folk. Hello, common folk.
I'll go ahead.
Glad you're enjoying the festivities. Hasuf, a merchant. You see a dark-skinned, withy man with a weather-beaten face and happy smile on his face. He is dressed luxuriously, and his dark hair and neat mustache are exquisitely coiffured. The man bows to you, spreading his arms a little. Hasuf from Absalom is happy to welcome you, your grace. Come, take a look at the best wares we traveling merchants have to offer. Please come, take a look. For more than 4,000 years, Absalom has been the city at the center of the world, a metropolis-sized showcase of the greatest treasures in all Galarian. The city not only holds a key strategic position for both commercial and military endeavors in the region, but encompasses the site of ascension of 4 deities and claims to have been founded by none other than the last Aslanti, the god of Rodin. Tell me about yourself. My pleasure, your grace. The merchant smooths his mustache and commences his story with an air of importance, speaking in a sonorous voice, gesturing wildly. Hasuf's family was not rich, and he, as many in Absalom, had to start at the very bottom. As a child, while his peers chased pigeons and stole apples at the market, he worked at a tannery. Oh, I can still smell this disgusting stench. The man pulls out a heavily perfumed handkerchief and waves it in the air. Ahem. Well, the young apprentice worked hard, saved every coin, and soon managed to purchase that tannery from his former master. Then, as soon as he had enough money, he opened his own trading agency. After 10 years, countless deals, and many tours in his caravan, Hasuf was one of the most successful merchants in Absalom, thus writing his name indelibly in the history of the great city. The merchant looks at you with pleasure. Well, how was that? I'm looking for a writer so I can dictate my memoirs, haha. I think many would find it interesting and useful to learn more about me. What is the secret of your success, Hasuf? There is no secret. Perseverance, strength of character, attention to detail, the gift of persuasion, charm. All this, among many other things, are the key to success in my profession. But if I did have a secret, who would I be to share it with anyone? The merchant laughs merrily, his hands rubbing his sides. Why did you leave Absalom, the center of global trade, for some young barony in the Stolen Lands? Ha ha ha, this is a long story. I don't think your grace would be interested. Come, tell me why you left Absalom, I insist. The merchant groans theatrically. Very well, as you wish, your grace. It was about a woman. When I was still young, I fell in love with the daughter of a judge, an important person in Absalom. For many years I tried to win her heart, but she was cold as stone. I should have given up, but this is not in my character. In the end, I did manage to win her love, but I was unready for it. Hasuf swallows and rubs the back of his head. As Abadar is my witness, the flames of hell burn inside this woman. I could not live with her for even 6 months. Tenderness and passion one day, screaming and scandal the next. Sometimes she would break into my office during business meetings to make a jealous scene. Sometimes pull me by collar from the finest tavern in town. I couldn't sleep. I was nervous all the time, and it started to affect my business. I realized there was nothing else to do but run. Leaving her remaining in the city would be impossible, even in such a city as Absalom. I decided never to return, and I still feel that wildcat of a woman and will follow my trail. Hasuf stops talking and stares into space without blinking. Although sometimes, after a couple of jars of wine, I still remember her. Perhaps it was I who unleashed this tornado in her. Somehow I behaved differently. Let's see what you have. Oh, corrosive heavy flail. Stratagem. Agile rapier. Use the dexterity bonus to damage rolls instead of strength. That doesn't help anyone. Flame guard tower shield. +1 tower shield grants its wielder +3 resistance bonus on reflex saving throws and fire resistance 10. That's cool for Valerie when there's alchemists throwing flame bombs. Chain shirt +2. Full plate +1, which I think she's already wearing. Ring of Luck. So we'll get into this after we sell some of our useless items. I guess I'm going to hoard the magical weapons until I decide what to do with them. Even the punching dagger, which I don't see much of a use for. Savage bow. I'm sure we'll get a good bow user going on. Chain shirt +1. He's got one chain shirt +2. In case anybody needs light armor, we'll keep one of those. Height armor +2. She's doing just fine. He doesn't need it. I don't think I'll be using him much. Or Tristian. Height armor +2. It goes for a nice, pretty penny. What are you wearing? Woodland Aegis that you can cast Bark Skin with. It's good for him. He doesn't have any height armor +2. He has a lot of good stuff though. Scale mail. Studded leather +1. Some coins, a topaz ring. Another one, some chains. Engraved bracelet. Books we've read. What is this? Bear pelt. It says it would be of interest to a craftsman or a collector. We haven't really met a craftsman or collector yet, so I'll throw that in the stash. Because you get a shared stash. Exquisite pearl. Golden chalice. Wow, valuable luxury item. Kobold's relic. Relic collectors will definitely pay very much for this. We don't know any relic collectors that will pay for that yet. And the miner's letter. Girl's last note. Pocket mirror. Rice and nut pudding. You have to read that. Silver buckle was worth a lot. Some of these silver statuettes. Stag Lord's wine. Don't see any point in keeping that now. I don't know what these toy figurines are for. Plates, some wolf pelts. Turquoise. So it looks pretty clean. We have 12,000 to play with. +1 luck bonus on all saving throws. +1 bonus on damage rolls with bows. And +2 on lore nature checks. Ring of protection +2. Animal companion, we don't have one. This is what we need to be looking at here. Cord, stubborn fury, grants a bonus. Grants its wearer a +2 enhancement bonus to Constitution. Instead of becoming fatigued after raging, wearer takes 1 damage each round for a number of rounds equal to 2 times the number of rounds spent in the rage. Well, that's not fun. I'd actually rather her be fatigued. Grant their wearer a +1 bonus to command maneuver defense against disarm attempts. +5 bonus on all trickery skill checks. That's nice for Octavia. +5 bonus on perception checks. only 2,500, so we should probably get that for her. Inspired Wisdom. +2 to Wisdom. +2 Insight on will saves. If they have combat expertise, +2 bonus to attack rolls. We're going to have to keep that in mind, combat expertise. Wearer of this headband has the ability to channel energy and increases the amount of damage channeling does to undead, or heals by 1d6. +2 natural armor bonus. +2 bonus on attack rolls, +4 on damage rolls against animals and magical beasts. +10 enhancement bonus to stealth skill checks and immunity to blindness and dazzling. Good for Octavia. This rod grants its wielder the ability to make up to 3 spells they cast per day maximized as though using the maximized spell feat. Lesser rods can be used with spells of 3rd level or lower. Maximized spell. All variable numeric effects of a spell modified by this feat are maximized. Saving throws and opposed rolls are not affected, nor are spells without random variables. Potions of scrolls, fireball, haste, raise dead, a wand of fireball, wand of scorching ray. Blast your enemies with a searing beam of fire. You fire 1 ray. Requires a ranged touch attack to hit and deals 46 points of damage. Can she use that? Oh man, that would be awesome. So I think I'm going to buy that. He has a big bag of holding for 200 pounds. We're going to need some rations, right? Got 4, so we need 6. And then 6 more. Dinosaur Bone. Also used to cast certain spells. We're up to 1960. I think I'm going to get the perception check. Headband for Jaethal. It's 4,400. So does dexterity increase ranged touch damage, touch attack? I imagine it would. So that would be good for Octavia. Or for Lindsay. Another belt of giant strength. Would be good for Jaethal. Alright, first let's deal. There we are. Let's see what the ranged touch attack looks like. Range attack. She gets a +7 with a short bow. Touch attack is +6. Dexterity +4. Spell damage critical ×2. So she actually gets a better attack bonus with her short bow, but she still feels that it's better to deal with the ranged touch. Unknown key, I don't know what that is. So the belt of dexterity, hers already being 18, would take her to a +5. So I would think that's probably a pretty good next purchase. And then we'll just chill. Keep our $37.95. Alright, give Jethal Eagle Eyes. Her perception's now 20, excellent. Let's give her the Belt of Incredible Dexterity. Bonus is +5, and she's now +7 to attack with her ranged touch attack, which is very nice. What else did we buy? The Wand of Scorching Ray. That can come in useful if someone attacks from the back. Quickly use a color spray to try to knock them down. Boom. Wand of Vanish. Seems something like Lindsay would like to equip. Does she really need a belt lantern? We can give her... Ray of Enfeeblement. One enemy within close range, though. Yeah, let's give her another snowball. Jethal has a scroll of protection from chaos. Shield of Faith, we'll give her those. She's our Shield of Faith girl. More undead. Protection from evil for one person. You can keep your lantern, I guess. Now, I gave her magic use magic device, right? +6. She's not really going to be using many magic devices, but I guess we can try to find favor, even though she's not too happy about deities. She can try a Scroll of Bane when she's in the thick of things. Oh, we still need good new potions. We'll reduce potions and Mary. And some potions of Enlarge Person. She's going to use that a lot. Sirius does not need a bark skin. Whatever, that's fine. Does he have? He has used Magic Device 13, so he can pretty much do some things. You can try a Ray of Enfeeblement. Pretty much good. Alright, so let's quick save. Let's go meet this merchant. I can't make out that name. Fertile. A young dwarf, red-haired, neat, and surprisingly clean-shaven, stands leaning against a sledgehammer. He's busy reading some book, but as you approach, he looks up and bows slightly. Greetings, your grace. I am Verdel, a blacksmith. What can I do to help you? Didn't Harem say that or the dwarves say that if you're a clean-shaven dwarf, you're like insane? Tell me about yourself. What is there to tell, your grace? I'm a blacksmith. My father was a blacksmith, my grandfather was a blacksmith, and his grandfather too. Besides, every one of them were remarkably fertile, so I have plenty of cousins, second cousins, third cousins, and all of them are blacksmiths too. Pretty much all the weapons in my Vaughn were forged by someone from our family. That's why I moved away from the old home grounds. My skills are more useful here, that's for sure. Oh, we can comment. You look a little unusual for a dwarf. Bertel sighs and runs his fingers through his hair. You expect to see a beard, eh? No offense, but what's the point of a beard? Especially when you're a blacksmith and working with fire. You burn it once, dip it into lighting oil, and catch a spark from the forge, and your beard is history. You're better without one. What are you reading? Verdel looks a bit confused. Well, different things. It's nice to take a rest with a good book. Just now it's Valor and Honor, 10 Adventures of the Splendid Willius Gunderson and Absalom. See your goods. As your grace wishes. Man, he's got some cool stuff too. Adamantine full armor. 10 plus 1, but this is adamantine. Is extremely strong and favored by weapon and armor smiths alike for its ability to cut through solid barriers with ease and endure heavy blows. Armor made from adamantine grants its wearer damage reduction of 1 if it's light armor, 2 if it's medium, and 3 if it's heavy armor. She'd get 3 damage reduction from that. Adamantine is so costly that weapons and armor made from it are always of masterwork quality. The masterwork cost is included in the prices given. Thus, adamantine weapons and ammunition have a +1 enhancement bonus on attack rolls, and the armor check penalty of adamantine armor is lessened by 1 compared to ordinary armor if it's tight. Items without metal parts cannot be made from adamantine. An arrow could be made of adamantine, but a quarterstaff could not. So she'd get 10, which she has now, 1 less armor check penalty, and also 3 damage reduction. That's amazing. Another magical full plate. +1, and it's mithril. Mithril is a very rare, silvery, glistening metal that's lighter than steel but just as hard. When worked like steel, it becomes a wonderful material from which to create armor, and is occasionally used for other items as well. Most mithril armors are 1 category lighter than normal for purposes of movement and other limitations. Heavy armors are treated as medium, and medium armors are treated as light, but light armors are still treated as light. This decrease does not apply to proficiency in wearing the armor. Spell failure chances for armors and shields made from mithril are decreased by 10%. Maximum dexterity bonuses are increased by 2, and armor check penalties are decreased by 3. That would be awesome for her too. Only get a -2 armor check penalty. Heck, that'd be good for a Sirius. If I get him heavy... Did I already give him... That's all this guy has. Did I already give him medium armor proficiency? Yeah, we'd have to give him heavy armor proficiency. Then it'd be like he's wearing medium armor. Because she takes... If you look at her character sheet, her mobility is terrible. Her athletics are terrible, but there's nothing really she can do because she's using a tower shield. And you can never put the tower shield down and take off the full plate when you do an athletics check. That I know of, so... She can persuade. Just like JFL. Just like a Sirius, our master archaeologist who's smart, stealthy, and knows some things about some things. Alright, so I'm gonna go hoard these items. Just because why not? If we need the money, we can sell them, or if we find a use for them later, we can do that. What an honor to meet you today. Honor to meet you as well. Common folk. This is the loading screen that gets the most flack in the game. Just the loading in general in these areas. So our order of business is immediately head to Bald Hilltop, That's a pretty long loading screen. If we go here, we can access our stash. No! Usually you can, but you have to open the box first, I guess. My apologies. That mad prophet told us who claims the land claims its pain and its death. But we want to ease the pain. Possibly the death as well, hopefully. Man, my mic is not... 1 second. Let's head back in while I adjust my mic.
I'll go ahead.
I guess that's good enough. Make it pointing upwards. Drinking a potion is a move action, takes approximately 3 seconds. You still can cast a spell or make a single round action. We never did get to talk to Christian. Octavia? Talk to Jihad. I think that's a pretty good idea. Forgot to sell the rusty horseshoe. Let's learn some of these cooking things. Rice and nut pudding. We need more nuts. We need more honey for sweet pancakes. Looks good. Alright, well, let's get to know... Did we get to know Tristian? No. Tristian smiles as you approach. Greetings. How may this humble chosen of the great Sarenrae help you? Tell me about yourself. About myself? I wouldn't know where to begin. Tristian pauses for a moment in thought. You know my name, my faith. I follow Sarenrae, and I've traveled from the Padishah Empire of Kalesh to here. What else do you want to know? The vast Padishah Empire of Kalesh dominates much of south-central Kazmaron. Grew during the Age of Destiny, and its line of emperors has been unbroken for thousands of years. Half a dozen satrapies the size of countries separate Quadira from the imperial heartland of Kalesh. Each satrapy pays homage to the decrees of the empire, but the grip of the empire is looser the farther one goes from its heart. Forgive me, but your manner and appearance, you don't strike me as a Kaleshite. Tristian smiles softly. You have nothing to apologize for. Truly, I received my name and appearance from my parents, who came to Kalesh from afar. I never knew them, for the fate had separated us when I was young, so I grew up in Kalesh, raised by the followers of Sarenrae. My home is where my heart is, within the temples of the great goddess, among the wise and generous men that took upon themselves the care of a child that was so unlike them. I learned mercy and patience at an early age, and it is those virtues that made me the man I am today. So do you enjoy traveling? Come on, keyboard, light up. Tristian nods, his eyes light up. Oh yes, no library and no archive, however large, would have never allowed me to learn as much of the world as I have in my journeys. It was only outside the temple walls I realized every living being is a world unto themselves, a world where many contradictions and passions coexist. Each realm leaves its mark on the lives that live there. Only by visiting it, by breathing the same air, walking on the same soil, can you understand its people, what drives them, what frightens them, their dreams and how they honor their gods. Doesn't being outside the temple make you uncomfortable? Tristian shakes his head. There are many ways to honor one's god, Asirius. It is true shrines play a role in the lives of many of the faithful, but even more find other ways to serve Sarenrae. The healing light values good deeds above all else. I cannot stand by and watch evil claim others. Tristian thinks for a moment, then raises an eyebrow. Perhaps that is another reason why I chose to go on my pilgrimage, leaving behind the temples of Kalesh. Tristian touches his chest. My faith is in my heart and in my hands. Millions honor Sarenrae in her temples, and my soul is filled with joy when I think of their devotion to the goddess. Nevertheless, my path is a different one. Do you know where you're going next? No, my thoughts were far from it. My mission here is not yet done. Tristian stares at you in surprise. Why do you ask? Do you wish for me to leave your lands? I didn't mean to alarm you. That was not my intent. Tristian shakes his head reproachfully but with a smile. You enjoy watching others' reactions, don't you? In this regard we are alike, although I do not choose such sly ways to achieve this. Let's discuss something else. Tristian lowers his head. Forgive me if my stories have bored you. I'm not accustomed to speaking about myself, and in truth, take little enjoyment in it. Can you tell me of Sarenrae? Sarenrae is the goddess of temperance and patience. She teaches us compassion for the weary and mercy to those who go astray. What would you like to know of her? I'd like to hear about the history of your faith. There is much to tell, but I'm afraid I would miss the mark, and I fear I would bore you. Is there something specific you wish to know? How did Sarenrae come to be? Sarenrae is one of Golarian's eldest deities. Once she was an angel that gathered the armies of her celestial allies behind her. The battle in which she showed her valor decided the fate of a whole world, and in her victory she was rewarded with divinity. In the sacred text, Sarenrae shows a beautiful bronze-skinned maiden, her hair dancing flame. Tristian smiles slightly, but her appearance is not what matters. It is the grace she brings with her touch, healing and salvation. Tell me about this battle you mentioned. What was the act of valor of Sarenrae? Her greatest moment of glory in battle against the monstrous Rovagug, who threatened to destroy Golarion. Sarenrae delivered the strike that staggered the horrendous creature and allowed her allies to shackle it. Once the rough beast was captured, the goddess split the earth, and the gods threw the behemoth into the depths. Once it was done, the goddess sealed the pit and commanded her faithful to stay away from the scar that was left in the land. I love nerding out with this lore, if you haven't noticed. Rovagug, imprisoned since the age of creation, the god Rovagug, also known as the Rough Beast, the Great Destroyer, and the World Breaker, seeks only to destroy creation and the other gods. Believed to be imprisoned in a state of torpor somewhere deep within Golarion, his increasingly restless stirrings are taken by many to be the cause of volcanic activity and earthquakes. His worshippers are known for embodying the god's dominion over destruction, disaster, and wrath. Why would you want that? Tristian falls silent for a few moments. Alas, mortal beings are imperfect. Not even the most faithful among us can always follow their deity's commandments, even when such commandments are meant to save the world and their followers. I, for one, pray the goddess is never again as furious as she was with Gormuz. Misinterpreting their god... Misinterpreting their goddess's warnings to avoid its location, instead believing Gormuz to be a holy city of Sarenrae, people from all over Kazmaron flocked there for millennia, but were slowly corrupted by the imprisoned god Rovagug's dreams. Sarenrae continued sending portents and visions to her faithful in Gormuz during this period, but they were ignored or misinterpreted. She finally sent her herald Kohal to the people of Gormuz in minus 3923 AR, but they had been so corrupted that they destroyed him instead. In an act of great wrath, Sarenrae smote Gormuz with her scimitar, destroying it completely, and creating an enormous rent in the earth that eventually became known as the Pit of Gormuz. From this great chasm have emerged some of the most powerful and destructive creatures in the world's history, known collectively as the spawn of Rovagug. Oh, that's interesting. Have wars ever been waged? Or you mentioned Gormuz, what happened to it? Tristian sighs. An error of faith, perhaps a lesson, but it speaks to the danger when one listens to mortal words and stops listening to their faith. Sarenrae forbade her followers from coming near the place of Rovagug's imprisonment, but some of her priesthood misread her will and began to preach of a sacred place where the mightiest of temples dedicated to the goddess were to be constructed. The people listened in these sermons and went forth to the lands touched by Sarenrae's scimitar. On the scar that sealed the well they founded Gormuz, a holy city that was to become the greatest monument to Sarenrae. Unsurprisingly, after the city was built, faithful from all Galarion traveled there to worship. Sarenrae sent omens and visions, urging her followers to leave this dangerous place filled with dark will of the shackled Rovagug. But in their pride, the people misinterpreted or ignored her signs altogether, for they had already come under Rovagug's influence. Finally, the goddess sent her herald to the city, but the fanatics killed him. Realizing the people had turned from her, the enraged goddess smote Gormuz, razing it from the face of Galarion with a single strike of her scimitar. Tristian shakes his head. Today it is called the Pit of Gormuz, a well of pain and suffering. The Pit of Gormuz is a 20-mile-wide chasm located in the wind-swept wastes of eastern Casmeron. Over thousands of years, a dozen spawn of Rovagug have emerged from the pit to threaten Galarion, and legends tell that the god Rovagug himself is bound at the bottom of the pit in time immemorial. Wow. Tell me about the Pit of Gormuz. Tristian shakes his head. It's a great crevice in eastern Casmeron. The lands surrounding it are dead, soaked in poison. The Pit of Gormuz seems bottomless until someone dares to gaze into its depths. All who have dared tell of a strange, distant glow, a glow that followed them in their dreams ever since. Casmeron is a large continent to the east of both Avestan and Garund. Okay, so it's a continent, dominated politically by the Empire of Kalesh, a vast realm that extends even into Avestan, Quadira, its westernmost satrapy. Throughout all of history, the Pit of Gormuz has spawned creatures, hideous beasts of overwhelming power and driven by only a single desire, to destroy everything they see. Some were defeated, such as the nightmarish Ulanat, whose carapace to this day towers above the capital of Osirion. Others proved too strong to be defeated by mortal hands. Tristian frowns. The most terrible of them all was the Tarask, the Armageddon engine, which to this day lies dormant deep beneath Avestan. Osirion was one of the first civilizations to rise in the wake of Earthfall. Osirion is also known as the greatest empires in the history of Galarion, one of them, a nation of great knowledge, wealth, and power. This ancient land harbors pyramids, mummies, terrible curses, and endless sand, as well as a culture steeped in proud traditions, devout respect for the gods, dedication to communal service, and unanswering devotion to its rulers. Osirion today is just emerging from millennia of Keleshite rule and regaining the legacy of the pharaohs, supplanted by these foreign oppressors. And there the carapace of Ulanat towers above the capital. Have wars ever been waged in Sarenrae's name? Tristian sighs. Alas, yes. Terrible battles were once fought between the followers of Nethys, Norgorber, and Sarenrae in the lands now known as Rahadum. To my shame, I must admit that this conflict was started by my brothers and sisters. They came to a foreign land to make way for the goddess, light with sword and fire. The goddess is light with sword and fire. So the followers of Nethys, also known as the All-Seeing Eye, is a Garundi god who holds knowledge and magic above all things. He gained enough power to witness all things, and this both fueled his divinity and shadowed his mind. He is a god of magic, torn between destroying the world with one hand and saving it with the other. Norgorber is known as the once mortal god of thievery and assassination, as well as a keeper of secrets. He is called the Reaper of the Reputation by some, but he has more insidious titles among worshippers who venerate his other three aspects, Black Fingers, Father Skinsaw, and the Grey Master. He remains an enigma to most, and his true motives are unknown. Many of his own followers remain ignorant of his plans and designs. Norgorber is the only evil god among the Ascended. Father Skinsaw and Grey Master, Black Fingers. That calamity became known as the Oath Wars, a catastrophe that led the inheritors of Rahadum to deny all gods, banning all faiths in their lands. Alas, the mortal vessel is imperfect, and even a pure faith may be distorted by blind ambition. Tristian goes silent for a moment, and great suffering may occur in its name. The nation of Rahadum in northwestern Garund is unusual in that it's the only nation known to have forbidden the practice of any and all religions in the wake of the Oath Wars, which raged centuries ago between the faiths faiths of Nethys, Norgorber, and Sarenrae. Enough, I want to ask about something else. Of course, Asirius. What are the teachings of Sarenrae? Sarenrae's solar flame goddess is the light of salvation, even to those who have been forsaken by the other gods. She teaches us mercy and forgiveness, for as long as they may be useful to a soul's salvation. You make it sound like the followers of Sarenrae will try to find good even in a bandit with a knife to their throat. Do not mistake compassion for weakness, Asirius. One hand of Sarenrae is shrouded in healing light, the other holds a scimitar. Following their goddess, the priests learn to wield this weapon starting in childhood, and they do not hesitate to use it if a dispute cannot be settled peacefully. Sarenrae preaches mercy, yet her compassion is not infinite. We give a second chance to evil to all who ask, but if they reject it, if they persist in their sins, they will face the goddess's retribution. Are there any undeserving of mercy? Tristian blindly gazes past you into the distance for several moments. When he speaks again, his voice is quiet, reflective, as if echoing his thoughts. Undeserving of mercy. Would even Sarenrae find the compassion to... Tristian shudders as if waking from a trance. Forgive me, your words, they are not easy ones to reconcile. And even priests such as I, we debate them to this day. What is the point at which a soul is irredeemable? Or is it a failing of the priests themselves? These are difficult questions you ask, Asirius, questions wise men have debated for centuries. Does a being that has been tainted by evil to its very roots, that rejects its own salvation, still deserve compassion? Can those compelled to do evil by others still seek forgiveness? There is no easy answers on these issues among Sarenrae's followers. As for me, I believe that every soul carries the potential for goodness within. No matter the crime, the guilty may find forgiveness if they repent and cast off the evil that led to the deed. I believe this with all my heart, Asirius. There is good in everyone, one just has to look deep enough. Even those who feel lost or broken or unrepentant have light in their souls, and it's possible to help them see it. Tristian gives a perplexed laugh. Well, I wouldn't force anyone against their will, although if it served a good purpose. Tristian falls silent, contemplating the issue, but almost immediately he shakes his head. No, I'm not ready to make such a decision yet. What are your duties as a follower of Sarenrae? My goddess strives to see the best, even in the dark gods. She never abandons the hopes of their redemption. The priests of Sarenrae follow her teachings, akin to the healing light herself, who emanates warmth and heeds the call of those in need. We aid the suffering in body and spirit throughout Galarion. The priests of Sarenrae are willing to help anyone, no matter the faith of the one in need. Each plea must be heard. Every misfortune deserves compassion, be it a peasant seeking a blessing for a harvest, or a murderer seeking repentance the night before their execution. Sometimes the mercy of Solar Flame Goddess is the last thing that can save one's soul from ruin. We have no right to withhold it from the truly repentant. So I kind of told him, like, we can help them see it, as if we would force them to see it, but he laughed at that because they have to be repentant. He doesn't force them to be. How is Sarenrae worshipped? Many worship Solar Flame Goddess in her temple. Some make the pilgrimage to the Everlight Oasis. But even those who do not serve the goddess directly rarely shun the festivities dedicated to her. The Sunwrought Festival, for one. The Everside Oasis is a holy site for followers of Sarenrae. It is situated in Zelshabar, a satrapy of the Empire Kalesh and Kazmaron. The oasis is said to have healing and rejuvenating qualities, and followers of the Sun Goddess come from far and wide to bathe in the water and to commune with fellow members of the faith from other lands. Unfortunately, with the pilgrims come those who wish to prey upon them, and some of them end up robbed or beaten, or worse. What are temples of Sarenrae like? Sarenrae's shrines are often open to the sky and the goddess's life-bringing sunlight. Her light fills the temple, enshrouds the parish in warmth, and grants blessing to all in need. In Kalesh, crowds gather during the services so that they all may feel the blessing of the goddess. The most ingenious devices are constructed by some of the faithful to please the goddess. I have seen a temple of Sarenrae which housed a complicated array of mirrors, all to direct the light of the sun to the altar. Tell me of the Everlight Oasis. I've never been there, but the stories say it is a wondrous place, sacred to Sarenrae's faithful. The oasis is located in Zelshabar, which is in Kazmaran. Zelshabar is a satrapy of the Empire of Kalesh, situated on the edge of the Empire's imperial lands. Its claim to fame is its location of the Everlight Oasis, a site of pilgrimage for followers of Sarenrae. Pilgrims from throughout Galarion travel there, seeking the goddess's blessing. According to legend, the waters of the Everlight Oasis are imbued with healing properties, and anyone who bathes in them shall be cured of any ailment. Tristian smiles in thought. Just imagine, a place where people from all over the world come to gather to worship. What stories they must share. What is the Sunrot Festival? The Sunrot Festival takes place on the day of the summer solstice, when the prayers of her flock can reach Sarenrae the easiest. On this day, Kalesh blooms with color. In each quarter of the Padishah Empire, the people praise their goddess by dancing and singing, setting off fireworks and flying kites. I hope this beautiful custom shall one day reach your lands as well, Assyrius. That's all I want to know about this. I hope I have satisfied your curiosity. I'm not going to say that. I have heard enough of Sarenrae. If you ever wish to know more about the goddess, just ask. What brought you to these lands? I've heard rumors. They say these lands are cursed, and the curses are growing stronger, as if something is granting them power. I could not ignore such rumors. What curses are you talking about? Tristian cocks his head to the side in wonder. Do you not see? Every word uttered in the heat of an argument turns into a prophecy here, just waiting to fulfill itself. And if it were only for the people. The land itself is seething with curses so ancient their origins are impossible to trace. Take the abandoned temple of Aristel where we met. What happened to it? What force compelled the priests to leave such a magnificent temple behind to the whims of nature? Will we never know? I myself was nearly slain by beasts. Fortunately, you came along, following Jod, and saved me. I owe you a great debt. You've come a great distance indeed. Tristian laughs heartily. When you look at it that way, then yes. But please, do not think that I came all the way from Kalesh because of mere curiosity. I was wandering long before that. It is a custom of our faith. The farther our paths take us, the more people we may help. Why did Jod see you in his premonition? Sarenrae sees all the good gods and goddesses as our allies. Many have fought alongside the goddess against the menace of Rovagug, Aristel among them. By offering my prayer to Sarenrae, I let her know of my misfortune in the Temple of the Elk. The merciful goddess did not ignore my plea, but who could she have asked for aid than Aristel, whose faith is strong in these lands? Aristel sent Jod a sign, and you came just in time to rescue me. Tristian sighs. To tell the truth, I was certain my journey was at an end, and those creatures would be the death of me. You have spent much time here. What do you think the future holds for these lands? These are cruel lands. As I came here, I bore witness to much pain and suffering, but I have seen equal kindness among those seeking to protect themselves and their loved ones. The people of the Stolen Lands are resolute and true to themselves. I admire their strength. Alas, I do not know yet what powers the curses that flourish in this land, but I swear I will not leave until we have the answer and the means to cleanse them. You must forgive me for not swearing on Sarenrae's name, but as of late I have troubled the goddess too much as it is, and it would be better to serve her through action, not prayers. Let's change the subject. You called yourself the Chosen of Sarenrae. What did you mean by that? Sorry, that was a mere jest. Other acolytes at my temple used to tease me with that title. This should tell you how pious and devoted I was compared to them. And yet, my faith is strong. Sarenrae knows this and protects me in times of great peril. If something ever threatens my life, by her divine powers, I am transported to a safe location. Well, it was nice meeting you, Tristian. I should go. Tristian bows his head. A pleasure. I like Tristian. I wonder if his healing light can be useful on the bald hilltop, where we have to go right now. Oh, and she's still at a death's door. Oh, I didn't spend the time to level him up when I said I wasn't going to use him. So let me just see what happens, because I think every 2 days now we're going to get bad news from Bald Hilltop, so this is just going to be a test. $7 days to solve. See, we have to get there right away, so let's see what happens. I send Octavia to train Tristian. Intensive training and expeditions into the wilderness improve your companion's proficiency. This increases your companion's level, making them suitable to join your current party. Alright, let's see what happens if I skip a day. Founding new settlements. You may base new settlements in your regions or discover the crossroads. Find and click on the location where you want a new settlement to be founded. The cost of founding a new settlement is 50 BP. As soon as this has been paid, you may name the new village or keep its default name. We have a problem and nobody's just sent on it. So let me just say, see, we really shouldn't be skipping days here. I just want to see what happens. 4. Proposal for cooperation. 3 merchants from Absalom arrived in the region. They're ready to do business with the barony if their conditions are met. Success, your companion is leveled up. So he should be like level 5 now. And we can send Octavia on this proposal for cooperation. I don't think she can do anything about the bandits' outrage. Several bandit encampments have emerged in the Nara marches. They plunder the peasants, rob travelers and merchants, and even attack the tax gatherers. These bandits need to be muzzled. Alright, so let's start this opportunity. Let's do some business. Alright, so I've wasted some time. But we haven't been ravaged by Bald Hilltop yet. I think we still have some days to get there, right? Probably could have gone and picked up Bakken by now. 5 days and 23 hours. So in 5 days and 23 hours, can I make it to Oleg's in time and back? I think I can. Alright, so that's what we're leaving behind. Stag Lord's Charm, I don't know what that's for. Alright, so I'm going to make this an extra long episode. I'm going to go down, get a cup of coffee, come back. Rejuvenated and ready for more. And we'll probably just head to Bald Hilltop right now. Or maybe go pick up Bakken. Come back and get there just in time for the curse to reach its strength. Is it powering up? Alright, so I will BRB in a minute, folks. You won't even know it. And we're back like nothing was missed. So if we take a look at Tristian now, we can level him up a few levels. So let's see. Ever Sarenrae's loyal servant, Tristian arrived in the Stolen Lands with a difficult task to learn why all manner of curses seem to flourish in here. While the answer remains uncertain, this merciful and sympathetic cleric helps his companions with prayer, spell, and guidance. He's an ecclesiarch. So he's got pretty bad combat stats. insists on using a scimitar with an attack bonus of 1, so that is not going to really cut it. 11 AC. He comes with protection from evil. Bless and a couple Shield of Faiths. Protection from alignment communal. Cure moderate wounds. How about Mage Armor? You can definitely use some of the Mage Armor that we've accumulated. Trowels. +4 bonus to AC. Unlike Mundane Armor, Mage Armor entails no armor check penalty, arcane spell failure chance, or speed reduction. Since Mage Armor is made of force and corporeal creatures can't bypass it, where they do normal armor. So we can definitely give him some potions of this. I do want to take him to Bald Hilltop, probably leave Lindsay behind for the meantime. But if he insists on using a scimitar, I don't really see how I'm going to outfit him. With much of anything. So Lindsay, let's take a look more at his character. Persuade. He's got decent lore. Blessing of the Faithful Long. One friendly creature in close range. Number of rounds equal to the number of dice of the Ecclesia Thurge's channel energy. As a standard action, the Ecclesia Theurge can bless one ally within close range. A blessed ally gains a +2 sacred bonus on attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, saving throws, and to AC until the Ecclesia Theurge's next turn. The Ecclesia Theurge can expend 1 use of energy when activating this ability to increase the duration to a number of rounds equal to the number of dice of his channel energy. Blessing short for 1 round. Same deal. But he can expend 1 use of channel energy when activating the ability to increase the duration to a number of rounds equal to the number of dice of its channel energy. Channeling positive energy. 1d6 points plus 1d6 for every 2 cleric levels. So at 5th, he'd be doing 3d6. Same with Undead. Touch of Good. 1 round. You can touch a creature as a standard action, granting a sacred bonus on attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, and saving throw equal to half your cleric level for 1 round. You can use this ability a number of times per day, 3 plus your wisdom modifier, so that's nice. That's like a nice little quick blessing. He's bonded with a holy symbol that can restore any 1 spell that he's prepared for the day. He's human. Chosen in Sarenrae. Tristian will teleport to a safe location should he fall in battle. Blessing of the Faithful. As a standard action, the Ecclesia Thurge can bless 1 ally within close range. Proficient with the club, dagger, crossbow, light crossbow, quarterstaff, and the favored weapon of his deity. Not proficient with any type of armor or shield. At first level, when an Ecclesia Thurge chooses his cleric domains, he designates one as his primary and the other as his secondary domain. An Ecclesia Thurge can use his non-domain spell slots to prepare spells from his primary domain spell list. Each day when he prepares a spell, an Ecclesia Thurge can select a different domain granted by his deity to gain access to that domain's spell list instead of his secondary domain spell list. He does not lose access to his actual secondary domain's granted powers or gain access to the other domain's granted powers. Spontaneous healing. A good cleric or neutral cleric can channel stored energy spell into healing spells they did not prepare ahead of time. So they can lose any prepared spell when the in order to cast a cure spell on the same level. Good domain, he's pledged his life and soul to goodness and purity. It's holy symbol. He gets extra channel, selective channel. When you channel positive energy to heal the living or channel negative energy to heal the undead, you do not affect enemies. When you channel positive energy to damage undead or channel negative energy to damage living, you do not affect allies. Oh, we can extend spell too. Lasts twice as long as normal. A spell with a duration of concentration, instantaneous or permanent, is not affected. +1 level increase. Extended spell uses of a spell slot 1 slot level higher than the spell's actual level. And skilled. Okay, that makes sense. So how is he going to get in there with a scimitar is what I want to know. It's neutral good. Lindsay, do you have anything you can let him borrow for a while? I don't think he'll pass that skill check. He can't use armor. And I might just give him a light crossbow and be like, look dude, you have to stand in the back. My group. +4 on that. So that's getting somewhere. A quick save before I attempt to level him up. Upgraded domain power at 8th level. Holy Lance, you can give your weapon a touch. Give a weapon you touch the holy special weapon quality for a number of rounds equal to half your required level. Can you touch someone else's weapon? I guess we go cleric. Eschewing physical armor for protection via the strength of his faith, and Ecclesiatheurge focuses on the miracles his deity bestows and the breadth of the deity's dominion. He's trying to give him a little dexterity with his ranged attack. One level. Oh, level 4. So he does not go to level 5 with us. Oh, do we have to have a new project to level him up? That's going to be a no-go. But in the meantime, he can stand in the back. Also maybe throw an alchemist fire or two. Let's prepare a spellbook and see what we've got here. Domain selection. Magic. That's going to last twice as long. Without Lindsay, you should be able to cure. Till the end of the round, your movement does not attack for open opportunities. Ranged touch attack, I don't think we're doing a lot of that. Bone shaker. Bless weapon on a friendly creature 1 minute per level. This transmutation makes a weapon strike true against evil foes. The weapon in your primary hand is treated as a magic weapon for the purpose of overcoming damage resistance. The weapon also becomes good aligned, which means it can overcome the damage resistance of certain evil creatures. Every threat is a critical hit. Oh, protecting from evil communal. Get that in there. How do I do, I don't know. Scorching Ray. You can't get that in there. So he's got enough ways to bless with his healing touch and stuff. I think we can do something like that. I don't know. Pum pum pum. Yeah, I guess we'll make that in there. I think we need shield of faith so much. It's probably going to be a wicked good cleric. Can I meta magic? Wait, I want to meta magic. Say I want to meta magic cure light wounds. Well, it's just gonna make it. Red or yellow so we can see, or alright. Right spell? What happened? Did it work? It's still a level 1 spell. So what does meta magic do exactly? Alright, let's go to the spell book and get rid of a cure moderate wounds. What if we go cure moderate wounds? The result spell level will be 2. If I do cure light wounds, the resulting spell level will be 1. But it is a level 1. Oh. It doesn't raise the level, right? What does meta magic do? Extends it. Lasts twice as long as normal. Right. Okay, so let's do that. I'm approaching this the wrong way. So it lasts twice as long. Go in the book, bro. No, cure moderate wounds. Forget that. Alright. So I would say protection from evil communal for 1 minute would be a good one in meta magic. So let's give that one something like that. Alright, we've meta magic that. Boom. So that actually lasts for 2 minutes. Right? Lasts twice as long as normal. It doesn't say it in the book. That lasts for 2 minutes. Can we... How often can we use this meta magic business? Use this one spell slot 1 level higher than the spell's actual level. So can he even cast that is the question, or is that going to be like level 3 and he can't cast it? Alright, let's see what else we've got here. Protection from alignment communal, let's meta magic that too. Is that the same treatment? Bless 1 minute per level. Sure, let's meta magic bless too. Cool. So I guess this is going to work. It says it uses a spell slot 1 level higher though. That's what I'm not sure about. So if he can't cast level 3 spells, does that mean this isn't going to work? Will casting this bless use up level 2 spell slots? I'm not sure. It's enough protection from evil. So that looks pretty good for him, I guess. I don't know. I guess we're not going to go pick up Bakken. We're actually going to rest and get the spell books in order. Octavia better come prepared. Snowball. Some Cat's Grace. Lindsay. Better hand over that wand of magic missile. Alright, so this extra long late night episode is going to go even extra longer. Do I rest? Can I press R? Teamwork feats can make your party very powerful, don't ignore them. That's for sure. I have to get some defensive ones though. Wow, this is a long loading screen. Someone said delete your unused saves and that would help or something. It's my personal stash.
I'll go ahead.
Should be a way to get to the world map from here. Kinda dropped the ball on that one. Have to run all the way out. Look at the corgi. There he is. I think it's a corgi. Lighting him up with my flaming halo. So we'll end with the bald hilltop encounter, which I kind of know what to expect. Grace wearing a halo and an elk head on his head. Oh.
Hello, my savior. You asked if we'd meet again, and here I am.
A savory aroma of herbs and flowers is the first thing that lets you know that your longtime acquaintance is here. The nymph looks at you in a strange way, like she's never looked at you before.
I see your fate has changed since last we met. Now you are the ruler who will determine the destiny of these lands. I am their living heart, the whisper of the wind, the strength of rivers, the luxuriant growth of the meadows. Do you wish to touch this power? I will show you a place where we can finally meet in flesh, you and I. Deep in the woods, there is an old mossy ruins long abandoned, nearly swallowed by the thicket. There is an old tree growing among the stones in the yard, which I remember as a seed. The shadow under its green crown I call my verdant chambers. Visit me there, my lord, and come alone. A nymph's reward awaits you.
Wait, I wish to ask you something.
Forgive me, nymphs are not made for cities. The noise and vanity of human settlements vex me. I will answer all your questions, but there, in the silence of my asylum.
I was happy to help. I'll see you soon in the verdant chambers.
So long. I will await you there, as the ground waits for spring under the heavy winter snow.
Leave the nymph in her verdant chambers. Well, we don't have time to do that right now. Alright, so I hope this works. Bringing Tristian along with his +4 light crossbow, +5 maybe. Sometimes running away and coming back later is a good idea. Stolen lands are dangerous. Source of resources for the barony. You may stumble upon a resource area in your travels. To reap its benefits, you need to claim the corresponding region, return to the resource location, and claim it for 15 BP. Turn will take 3 hours. I guess we can do it. Fruits and berries. Claimed it. An eerie hilltop with little to no growth. Rumors has it that long ago dark rituals to forgotten evil gods scarred this place forever, leaving it to remain lifeless and corrupted until the end times. Well, it seems like a nice place to travel. Bunch of spiders, eh? This is eerie. And I kind of know how to handle this encounter already. So I'm going to kind of use cheat mode and
I'll
do
go
it.
ahead.
Rather than get bombarded. By 50 million spiders at once. If you come down here,
The path is clear.
make a little choke point. Hopefully we have a scroll of expeditious retreat, which we don't. But Valerie can go in. Alright, so we know we're going to be fighting spiders, so let's get prepared here.
State your desire.
Oh, we don't have Lindsay's
The
heroism.
road awaits.
Cast bark skin on Valerie. She's going to be taking the brunt. She has that for how long?
I am yours to command.
30 minutes. Still pause because I'm paranoid like that. Touch of good. Blessing of the Faithful Long. Standard action. Can bless one ally in close range. It's a sacred bonus, but it's not going to stack with. Oh yeah, this is a gain mode. One morale bonus, so the sacred bonus would actually stack. Number of rounds equal to the number of dice of the Ecclesias Theurge's channel energy. Or he can do one for one round. Evil. Everything seems to be working as I expected. Did we not maximize this spell? I thought we did. Alright, so he's going to be interesting to use, to say the least.
Here.
What else should we do?
Here I am. See. Give the order.
Quick save with her bark skin. She can come up here and see what's going on. A fragment of an ancient pillar covered with eroded letters of an unknown language. What's going on over there?
To victory!
Spiders appear everywhere. G, hold, Valerie. Run. Okay. Everyone attack.
Repent!
You, let's see, American Rage. You can get a bonus on your attack rolls. You can get lucky. Or you can attempt to hypnotize them, that could work. It's fun. They're already fighting defensively. We may need to channel energy though. It's a sacred bonus, so that's bless. Oh, let's cast our bless. And yeah, get to it. No. Hold. Come back down here. Oh! Well, this isn't good at all.
A solid plan.
Charge the thing. Factor 2. -2 strength. Alright, so we're blessed up. 4 minutes. Come on, Lotharius. Nice. Alright, Lotharius. Just chill. So do you. Let them come. Let's hold these people here. Therius, can you get down here? Really? Oh, who is that? No, not you. Attack. You attack. This is Lotharius. Try to hypnotize them, like I said. Be nice. Come one by one.
They go down!
You come back here and just hold. I don't know if hypnotize worked at all. I didn't notice. You just relax for a minute.
Unworthy.
Attack that one. Nice fortitude save. Alright. Hold.
Wretched things.
Hold. There he is. I said you hold. Oh, there's someone up there. Silky? Doom Spider. Alright, this is where it's going to get tricky. You run up here. Blessing of the Faithful long for Amiri. You hit this thing with snowballs. Just wear out your snowballs on it. Then you get up there.
This spirit eludes me.
And can you try to hypnotize him? Both of them in the area. Nice. I guess no one got hypnotized. I'm still casting it. Oh, he's held. Come on, hang in there. Nice hit. Almost got him. Oh, someone just got hit with a hideous laughter. Alright, now you wear out your telekinetic fist.
Considerably provoked.
You're being held, so you... Protection from evil communal.
This body holds no more.
Oh no, Jaethel just got rocked. Down goes Jaethel. Oh no. There it is, get up there. Use some of that luck you're known for. People are laughing. This is not a laughing matter, guys. Come on. Get up.
This won't kill me. I'll survive. I always survive.
Wow, that thing's almost dead. Are we hitting with anything? None of these telekinetic fists are hitting? Well, then acid splash in. Come on.
Learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, this is not good. This Doom Spider done rocked us.
Avenge me.
Yep.
Oh, Saren, I see your light.
Alright, my bad. Shouldn't have ran up there. Should have stayed in my little verdant chambers of my own down here.
I'm listening. As you order.
Where are they? Alright, Valerie. Come back here. Let them come. We'll flank them. Alright. Now. Attack. Amiri, you can go ahead and rage. You can go ahead and use your sacred bonus. Justice. And you can go ahead and bless us. Oh shoot, it happened again. There he is, charge that one.
Considerably provoked.
No, don't go running in there. Let Valerie deal with it. Nice. Alright, now you two. Attack that one. Lotharius. You just stop. What's the button for stop? Press G to stop selecting units. I just say hold. Hold your position. This is not what I envisioned.
They go down! Unworthy.
Alright, is that the Doom Spider? No. So regroup in our position. Something like that.
Wretched things.
Don't go in there. You don't go in there. Come back and hold. Oh, here they come. Oh!
Despicable.
Protect us from evil. You throw snowballs. You get lucky. You better drink for this person. You cast, let's see, we're still blessed. You give a blessing of the faithful long to Amiri.
Soa Taya.
Oh, he's being held.
Soa Taya.
I can't keep this up much
Oh,
longer.
no.
Soa.
This is where it falls apart. And we bought no potions. And this is not going to help much. Nice. It's almost dead though. Nice. We got the Doom Spider.
Soa Taya.
Nice. Now this bum must die.
Soa Taya.
Get him. You can't be that tough.
Soa Taya.
Yes, will saves. Come on. Boom. Bully him.
Wash on.
Telekinetic fist him to the death.
T.
Uh-oh, he's starting with the magic missiles. Oh, with that sneak attack, Octavia. Don't hit with the sneak attack.
T.
I think if she gets another level of rogue, another sneak attack, she gets another 1d6 to her sneak attack. I think I'm gonna make her an arcane trickster. Telekinetic fist is working well. Alright, you need to get up there. Give Blessing of the Faithful long to JFL. Are you using your luck? Oh, she's fatigued. Come on, he's almost dead. Someone hit him.
This won't kill me.
Someone hit him. Are you still being held? Where is he going? Where is he? He's still being held.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Alright, you know what? Give him a little bit of his magic missiles right back at him.
This is for you.
Give him a wand of Scorching Ray instead. We got him. Boom. Valerie suffered a crippling wound. Alright, who was this? Silky? She's got a cloak, a ring, a dagger, a copper ring, and a pearl. So much for your curse, Silky. Let's see what that stuff was. Wyvern Skin Cloak. Cloak grants its wearer a +2 enhancement to natural armor, +4 resistance on saving throws against poison, sleep, and paralysis. A ring of protection. Everybody's got a ring of protection. He's pretty useful actually, when he's not being held. So maybe he should get that ring of protection. Bracers of armor +1. Good those to him. +2 enhancement to natural armor. Oh, we're all dexterity damaged.
I shall not fail.
Or just him, he can cast Lesser Restoration once a day. Let's get a good roll here. 4 or 3, excellent. Do we have any scrolls of Lesser Restoration? Lesser Restoration. Stack those, please. Don't we have potions of restoration? There they are. Drink some of these, should feel much better.
Let us bide our time.
He's still -6. 2 dexterity and 3. Alright, so he's good to go.
I'll go ahead.
Can't we just cleanse this land now while we're here? Knock down these old ruins, which are clearly evil. Nothing? No secrets, Jathon? Okay. Alright, so the kingdom was saved without much loss of life or limb. I think Tristian might be a new permanent party member. So let's see. Oh, I didn't give anyone the wyvern skin cloak. It's a natural armor. Well, his AC is 17, so it's pretty much gotta be him, I think. No, he's usually flanking, so let's give it to Valerie. Her AC 31. Give him the cloak of resistance on saving throws. She's got no fortitude saving throws. Well, I guess he can try to enlarge himself once in a while. So we need to buy some healing potions.
Our duty calls.
I guess get out of here. That Doom Spider felt the wrath of Baron Asirius and his gang of merry, formidable, noble heroes. Alright, new events. Do we go back? Should probably head to the Gnarl Marches. Some people said they like these long episodes because they're kind of like a movie. So that's why I'm doing a long episode. Alright, Keston, what do you make
How
of
may
this
I
list?
serve you, Your Grace?
If I were to offer you a public position, what would you like to do?
I believe I can manage to uphold the law. Being a warden would suit me well.
What did you do to be exiled? I already know. Warden? Jihad?
How may I serve you, Your Grace?
How are you enjoying your duties as High Priest?
Everything is all well, Your Grace. I just keep forgetting what a mess it is in the stolen lands, and how troubled are the minds of its people. Sometimes I must listen to such nonsense from my visitors. Erastil, forgive them.
Thank you for the story. Alright, so on the end of the month is the 31st. So on the end of the month, any events that are still lingering. So we can't do much about that. Our opportunities. They just fail automatically. How much BP do I have? 210. Let's try to get a little more community going in the capital. It's already +5 community. I don't know how much more we can do. The granary. Longhouse. A monument. +1 loyalty when adjacent to a longhouse, +1 divine when adjacent to a monument. So monument would bring a community. We didn't build an orphanage. So let's build a monument, I guess, next to the shrine. +1 divine when adjacent to a monument. Put it up here. And probably should buy an orphanage too. 165. Let's get an orphanage. Shop next to a tavern. It's +1 economy. Let's put one moves there. Boom. What do peers do? We upgrade to marina. Economy +1, 25 BP. Affects a lumberyard. +1 relations when located in a settlement with the peers. Sacred grove cannot be built in a settlement housing a lumberyard. Alright, so we'll figure that out later. Want to keep it balanced, so just a quick save. I think we should skip a day. Go to the 1st of the next month. Enchanted win opportunity was failed. You didn't assign an advisor. Attempts to invite well-known magic researchers to the barony have failed. Bandits outrage. Oh, we lost 50 BP. Squad gathered by the general cleared the bandits from the Gnarl Marshes. However, a few managed to get away carrying all their plunder. Time is left in the mysterious weed. 10 days, 2 days, 5 days, 2 days. Advisors available. So nobody's back yet, actually. Just seeing if the storyteller getting there somewhere. Does appear to be a choice, but for no position yet. Maybe the arcane position. Oh, and I exited out of the throne room map. So this is where I get kind of confused. Should I skip 2 days and wait for that advisor to get back? Or just head out now. Really, we need to rest though. So let me just make sure nothing terrible happens. We can rest here, right? Trolls aren't like at our doorstep. Alright, everyone's full health and healthy. Kind of weird that they don't leave, you know, you can still use Octavia even though she's troubleshooting something. I don't have any projects I want to do, so nothing Tristian can use there. How long it would take to get up there and we better start the troll trouble. And investigate those rumors, and we will do that in the next episode. Take out the same gang of adventurers. But we better give mobility boots to our new mobilist. Take this off. I think Octavia can wear that. There's a 5 arcane spell failure, but I don't want to risk it. Use the lesser bracers of archery for a +1 confidence bonus on attacks. Oh, we need to buy stuff. Do a little shopping to end the episode. Where are these bracers of armor +1? Alright. Grow pace would definitely be useful. (1d6), so 5d6 to every creature. Cures serious wounds, cures 3d8. 3d8 +5. Might as well get some of these. Potion of Cure Moderate for battle purposes will be good. Maybe a second one even. Oh, he's got a lot of healing. Should we... rely on his healing per day? I think so. I don't think we're gonna need that much. In terms of scrolls. Let's 1725. A cup of them, and then another potion of cure moderate, which does what? 2d8 plus 3. Keeps someone alive. And I guess that's good for now. You can cast haste. Octavia. She's becoming quite the character herself. Alright, cool. So I'm going to save here. Next one, we set out for the South Gnarl Marches to investigate rumors of trolls. So this was episode, what? 16, 17... Epically long episode. 16, first half. Kingdom start. So this was episode 17. Man, we're getting into it. Hot and heavy. So, pretty cool. We'll explore the Gnarl Marches, try to figure out what these troll rumors are about. We'll take Tristian out with us. He's a pretty good character. I like him. And we'll explore more of the wonderful world of Galarian in the next episode. Good day to you as well, citizen. Can you just bow back to him? That was pretty cool. He bowed, and then he bowed back to him, I think. Anyway, appreciate your viewership. Smash the like button if you're still here. Leave me a comment. I read them all. As long as it's nice. Don't leave me nasty comments. And I'll catch you in the next episode. Your grace. Stay cool, everybody. Peace.